That's $26. We'll give her a little Shopkins maybe.
Yeah.
But it's just the case. It's just the collector's case. So we'll give her an empty box. The worst present ever.
Guys, this is the crash that I had. As most of you probably know, I've had a pretty bad crash. Broke my wrist and my Bianchi. So this is the ride that we did it on, the Tuesday Night Champs. Group of about 30 riders. We do it every Tuesday night down to Mordialloc. It's about 50 kilometres, and then we smash it on the way home. You know, it's a training ride, so we're hurting ourselves. You can see we're doing 47 k's an hour, and we always finish this ride in a little bit of a sprint towards the end. So that's why everyone's sort of lined up. Here we're going pretty fast. I'm at max heart rate. This isn't my GoPro. This is Alex's GoPro. I'm actually about 6 riders in front, and that's all my telemetry from my SRM and all my Garmin and whatnot. So I've sort of synced it up so you can get a bit of context to what's happening here. Now, we're coming through a set of traffic lights. If you look in the distance there on the right-hand side while I pause this footage, you can see the traffic in Australia travels on the left-hand side of the road. So you can see these cars are on the left. We're traveling here in this direction. And so to see a car coming towards us on our side of the road, you can see in the distance now, there is this car traveling towards us on our side of the road. Very unusual. We didn't expect it. You can see these riders. I want you to take note of these riders here. So there's this rider here, this one here, and then I'm just behind them. That's me just through there. So I'll just point, that's me there. So there's the car. Now the car is traveling towards us. I'll take this back a bit, right? And then I'll play it in real time and watch what happens. Just look over here. All right, bang. So naturally, cars coming towards us, people panic. Okay, I'll just fast forward this a bit. So let's go through this blow by blow. We come through the lights. That's me there with the bright light, and I'm tucked in behind a couple of riders here. And we're lining up. Cars coming towards us is actually traveling quite rapidly towards us, which is so weird. Okay, so we'll stop it here and we'll go frame by frame. This rider here starts to slam on the brakes and turn right at the same time. Okay, so there's a rider behind him and then there's me there. Okay, so frame by frame as we go, everyone starts to panic. That's me there. I'm sort of braking. What is going on here? People are diving to the right-hand side of the road, and there's riders starting to go down. So you look through here, you can see people starting to fall now. There's a rider falling on top of him, and this is me through the left-hand side here. So that's my helmet, there's my arms. You can see I'm starting to go over the handlebars because there's a bike coming underneath me. So there's me there, I'm flying over the handlebars. One of the riders has already hit the road here, and then a rider has landed on top of him, which can't feel very nice. Now if you look here, there's my glove, and that's my left arm, and that's my helmet. So I'm well and truly over the handlebars now. And you look up here, we're doing 44 k's an hour. Frame by frame. Now you can't make this out because the GoPro footage isn't very clear at night. But let's look. We've got 2 riders on the road here. Here's me in a ghost formation. I've got my left arm there, my right arm here. There's my helmet and my face. There's my torso. There are my legs in the air, and that's my shoes. Well and truly over the handlebars. Try throwing yourself on the ground at 42 k's an hour. Not pleasant. I've obviously landed on these guys. So frame by frame there, I've hit the dirt here, or I've hit the bitumen, and I'm rolling over. So Cask helmet took the brunt of the fall, and I'm still alive. So good work, Cask. And there we go. So one of those unfortunate things. Fortunately, no one died. Let's watch that in real time again. And I put the telemetry on just so you can see what speed we're travelling at. Everyone brakes and dives right, which is understandable. Bang, crash. Right, there we go. So here's the aftermath of the crash. You can see I'm holding my wrist. I'm in a lot of pain. I'm just trying to take the pain, but my wrist is in excruciating pain. I've got a lot of skin off my back. I've landed on my hip as well, so I've taken some skin off. You can see I'm explaining to one of the boys there that I've actually previously had a broken wrist, and I've got a pin in my scaphoid. So I thought I'd broken my scaphoid again. This is Alex taking my number so that he can give me the GoPro footage. But this is the beauty about cycling. All the guys sticking together, looking after each other after the crash. A lot of guys hung around and looked after each other. This is the driver. I hold no malice towards the driver. It was not a malicious thing. He just made a mistake. He just turned right. He panicked. He didn't know what to do. He's from overseas, so it's stuff happens. You can see the boys here looking after each other. We've got a couple of riders on their backs on the right of screen, and you can see the police have rocked up and 3 ambulances have rocked up and looked after us. So in the end, all the boys stuck together. These things happen. This is a part of cycling. Such is life. Thanks, buddy. Cheers.
Thank you.
So big crash. Maybe 30 riders went down. It was leading into the last kilometre of the Tuesday night champs, and there was a driver who was travelling from overseas, driving down the opposite side of the road, and so 30 of us came down. I've possibly broken my scaphoid. All right, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm at the Alfred Hospital. So anyway, cut a long story short, I have broken my wrist, and such is life. So I've had that much morphine, it's not funny, but I'm pretty tired now, and looking forward to getting out of here. So they're going to put a cast on me. Alright, good morning you good humans. As a lot of you already know from my Twitter and Instagram feed, I had a massive crash last night. A tourist was driving down the opposite side of the road here in Australia. They obviously got their ways that they drive. They got confused. So well, it's not a big deal, but a few people ask, is the bike okay? Yes, I think it's okay. Here it is here. But the helmet is not so much okay. The one thing I remember is hitting the deck and absolutely annihilating my head, like smashing it into the concrete.
How did the Folkleys hold up? Well, they didn't shatter.
Yes, honey, that's a good point.
And they've just broken there.
No, but that was already like that.
Oh, so there you go. They've scratched, definitely scratched. Yeah.
How's that? I hit my face on. I must hit my.
Yeah, because that's why you've got a bit of a graze on your forehead.
Yeah.
I just saw the Melbourne Cycling League's post on the crash last night. Apparently one of the 3 guys, Conan, broke his elbow. So hopefully he recovers soon. Apparently he had a couple of bad injuries. Obviously I've broken my wrist, and the 3rd guy admitted himself out. The guy that was driving on the wrong side of the road, the tourist, I mean, it's an easy mistake to make. You know, you come to a new country where even if they don't travel often.
I find it stressful just driving in a new town.
Yeah. Yeah, you come to a new country, he just turned right instead of left. Like, I have no malicious feelings towards him whatsoever, because it was just an accident, he just made the wrong mistake, that's all. So, shit happens.
There.
Oh, it has to.
Oh. Not good, hey?
So I've just realised the bike is not okay. I've looked at the top tube and it is cracked right the way through, so that's not good.
You can even hear that.
All right, so as it turns out, the Bianchi is not okay. I just ran my finger along the top tube just to feel the frame, and there was all these shards of carbon fibre sticking out, and now I've got a splinter in my finger. But Hannah's right next to me. She's going to get some tweezers and get this shard of carbon fibre out of my finger. Oh! Did you get it?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a closer look at the glasses and the damage that was done from the actual crash. So if you see the glasses here, there's a little scratch, I don't know, just about there. You can just see it just there. So I literally landed on my head, and you can see there's a little scratch there, so I've obviously hit my face as well. A lot of people were saying that these Foakleys, these are actually the Foakleys from AliExpress, that the lenses could smash and hurt your eyes. Tick. No smashing, no crashing, it's just slightly scratched. This is the Cask Infinity helmet. This took the brunt of the fall. I literally landed, I vividly remember landing on my wrist and I felt it crunch. And you know, for me, it was all slow motion. Like, it really felt as though that whole thing was, you know, took a minute to go through the process. So I remember landing on my wrist, and then I remember landing on my head, and I took the brunt of the fall on this side. Now I'm going to try and catch the light here so that you can see it. You might have seen it better in the last, when Hannah showed it. But anyway, it's all scraped down the side here, and it's dented, and it's all scratched along the back here. So, Cask Infinity helmet, fantastic. Well done, Cask. You know, that is really an amazing thing. If you're running a business in selling helmets, that is an advertisement for awesomeness. Now, the Novi kit, these guys sent me their really nice kit a few weeks ago. I actually had my iPhone in the back here, and you can see it's just a little bit torn up through the back there. The iPhone still works, but it's really badly scratched up along the lens. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's probably the focus isn't great, but the lens is really badly scratched. So the back of this phone took the brunt of the fall, and as you know, my Bianchi is cracked through the top tube. All right, I just wanted to take a look at this week's leaderboard for the Cycling Mavens Squadra. We've got Ruben, who's a vegan. He's on 706 kilometers in distance. He's leading from Giles and Jack. And then we've got Shane, who did a 406 kilometer ride, 303 and 298. Those are huge kilometers, guys. That is ridiculous Ks. I'd love to know how you went about this. And then Jeremy's done 13,000, 11,000, 11,000. Like, crazy. Shane's backed up with a 406 kilometer ride and 11,000 kilometers of elevation. That is absolutely crazy. Having said that, is he anywhere? Where's Shane? Not quite sure. Trent Shannon, local guy, 387 kilometers. So we've got a big crew here. Ryan Flynn. Now, we all know Ryan. He is 10 rides in, 180k. So, wow, man, 180k ride. Far out. Doing some huge Ks. So there's the top 10 on this week's leaderboard. We're probably not going to have any prizes at this stage because I haven't quite got any brands on board yet with prizes, but we will work it out. So well done, Murray. You're doing well, mate. 672 kilometers this week. Still a day to go. All right. Well, so with Hannah sitting behind me in her comfies, counting all of my coins. That's the end of the vlog for today. Good humans. That is where I'm going to end it today, and I will catch you guys over the next couple of days.